Legends of the Kraken have haunted sailors for centuries. This gigantic sea monster is said to dwell off the coasts of Norway and Greenland, capable of dragging entire ships into the depths. Some describe it as a colossal octopus or squid, with tentacles so long they can wrap around ships and crush them with ease. Others say the Kraken is even larger, its body resembling an island rising from the ocean floor. Ancient sailors would often mistake its rising form for land, only to realize the terrible truth too late. The Kraken is more than just a tale of the deep. It taps into our primal fear of the unknown lurking beneath the ocean's surface. But where did this terrifying creature come from? Why have stories of the Kraken persisted for so long, and what makes it one of the most enduring sea legends? The answers are buried in a mix of folklore, ancient mythology, and real-life encounters. The terror it brings to mind has intrigued and frightened humans for generations, and today we are going to unravel the mystery behind this monster of the seas. The Kraken's origins can be traced back to Norse mythology and Scandinavian folklore. The earliest mentions of this monstrous sea creature come from writings as far back as the 12th century, where it was described as an enormous beast capable of causing whirlpools by simply submerging beneath the waves. Some believe the Kraken's roots lie in the stories of the Norse sea god, Aegir, known for stirring violent storms and sending sea creatures to attack ships as offerings. In later centuries, the Kraken began to take on a more specific form in Scandinavian tales. These stories describe a creature so vast that it was often mistaken for small islands. Sailors would anchor their boats to it, only to realize that they were not on solid ground, but on the back of a living, breathing monster. Some legends even speak of the Kraken's ability to generate destructive whirlpools by diving deep into the ocean, sinking anything unfortunate enough to be near. These stories were passed down from generation to generation, growing in scope and terror as they crossed cultural borders. The Kraken is often compared to other mythical sea creatures, like the Greek Hydra or the Japanese Umebozu, both known for their fearsome strength and association with the sea's most dangerous forces. But the Kraken is not merely a product of fiction. Real-life encounters with massive sea creatures like the giant squid could have easily fueled these myths. Imagine a time when the ocean was mostly uncharted and unexplored. Sailors, witnessing a giant tentacle rising from the depths, would understandably believe they had encountered a monster. Over time, these real encounters blurred with myth, creating the Kraken we know today. Throughout history, sailors and explorers have reported terrifying encounters with what they believed to be the Kraken. One of the most famous accounts comes from Eric Pontoppidan, a bishop and historian from the 18th century, who wrote extensively about the Kraken in his book, The Natural History of Norway. He described the creature as a massive beast, capable of pulling down ships with its enormous tentacles or drowning them in whirlpools. Pontoppidan's writings fueled both curiosity and fear, giving the Kraken a permanent place in maritime lore. In the 1870s, French seamen aboard the ship Alecton claimed to have come across a giant squid in the waters off the Canary Islands. The crew managed to harpoon the creature, but it was too large to haul aboard. The squid reportedly attacked the ship in defense, flailing its tentacles in a manner that closely resembled descriptions of the Kraken. This sighting, while often attributed to a giant squid, kept the Kraken myth alive in the public imagination, as many believed they had encountered the legendary beast. One of the most intriguing stories involves the Swedish warship Kraken, which sank in 1676. Survivors of the disaster recounted seeing a monstrous creature in the water just before the ship went down. While some say it was simply a whale or large fish, others swore it was the Kraken itself, and that its movements had capsized the mighty warship. In more modern times, cryptozoologists and sailors alike continue to report strange sightings of large unidentified creatures lurking in the deep. While the evidence is often shaky, blurry photos and unverified testimonies add to the allure and mystery surrounding the Kraken. Eyewitnesses describe seeing tentacles, massive bodies, or strange movements under the water that they cannot explain. Whether these are misidentifications of known animals, exaggerations, or true encounters with an unknown species, The legend of the Kraken lives on in the minds of those who sail the world's oceans. When it comes to science, the Kraken legend is often linked to real animals that live in the ocean, particularly the giant squid. These creatures, which can grow up to 43 feet in length, were once the stuff of myths themselves until they were officially documented. The giant squid's long tentacles, capable of pulling and wrapping around objects, and its elusive nature in the deep ocean seem like the perfect explanation for some of the Kraken sightings. Marine biologists suggest that most Kraken-like encounters could simply be misidentified giant squids or other large marine animals, like whales, which are known to breach and create enormous splashes that might have been misinterpreted as attacks. There's also the phenomenon of underwater volcanic activity. Sometimes, eruptions beneath the surface cause massive bubbles and whirlpools, which could resemble the destructive force attributed to the Kraken dragging ships under. Moreover, ocean explorers have discovered that colossal squids, another massive cephalopod, could also be behind some of the more dramatic reports. These rarely seen creatures can weigh up to half a ton and have massive eyes, the largest of any animal, which may have inspired fear in sailors witnessing them for the first time. Despite all these explanations, no direct evidence of a Kraken-like creature has ever been found. Most scientific consensus attributes Kraken sightings to over-exaggerations or misunderstood encounters with large ocean animals, combined with the natural human fear of the unknown. Science has peeled away the layers of mystery surrounding the Kraken, yet the legend still captivates us as the depths of the ocean continue to hide many secrets. While science may offer logical explanations, there are still alternative theories and conspiracies that suggest the Kraken might be something more than just a myth. Some cryptozoologists and believers in the unknown argue that the ocean is vast and largely unexplored. So who's to say that a creature like the Kraken doesn't still exist, hiding in the deepest parts of the sea? One popular theory is that the Kraken is not just a single species, but an ancient, undiscovered group of massive cephalopods that have lived for millennia. Proponents of this idea claim that sightings of giant squids don't entirely account for the sheer size and power attributed to the Kraken in the legends. They suggest that a much larger, and as yet unidentified, sea creature could exist in the ocean's depths, evading detection. There's also the belief that the Kraken could be linked to paranormal phenomena or ancient extraterrestrial beings. Some theorists propose that ancient civilizations may have encountered these creatures and passed down stories of the Kraken as warnings of otherworldly presence lurking in the ocean. These ideas, while lacking in hard evidence, offer an enticing alternative to the scientific view, keeping the mystery alive for those who are drawn to the idea of a world where cryptids still roam the earth and sea. Yet, these alternative theories face significant skepticism. With modern technology like deep-sea submersibles and underwater sonar mapping, scientists have explored some of the most isolated parts of the ocean. While we've discovered fascinating species, no sign of the Kraken or a similar creature has surfaced, at least not yet. But for those who believe in the unexplained, the question remains: what might still be lurking in the uncharted waters of our planet? So, is the Kraken real or just a myth? While the evidence leans heavily towards natural explanations, giant squids, volcanic activity, and the power of storms, there's still something captivating about the stories of a massive sea monster lurking in the deep. The Kraken has become more than just a sea creature. It represents our fear of the unknown and the mysteries that the ocean continues to hold. The real question is, can we ever truly rule out the possibility of an undiscovered creature still hiding in the unexplored depths of the ocean? After all, new species are being found all the time, and the ocean remains one of the least understood places on Earth. Perhaps the Kraken, or something like it, could still be out there, waiting for the right moment to rise from the deep. As long as the ocean holds its secrets, the legend of the Kraken will live on, fueling imaginations and sparking debates. Whether you believe the Kraken is just a story or something more, one thing is certain: this legendary creature will continue to haunt our collective imagination for generations to come. If you've enjoyed this mystery, make sure to subscribe for more cryptid explorations. We've only scratched the surface, and who knows what other creatures are waiting to be discovered. Thanks for watching. If you're fascinated by cryptids like the Kraken and want to uncover more mysteries of the unknown, don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell. We've got plenty more legendary creatures to explore, and trust me, you won't want to miss the next episode. Drop a comment below with your thoughts. Do you think the Kraken is real, or just a tale born from the sea's deepest fears? And if there's another cryptid you want us to investigate, let us know. Stay tuned, because next time we'll be diving into another incredible cryptid mystery. Keep your eyes on the horizon. You never know what might be lurking just below the surface.